Hello everyone, welcome to our next video. In this video, we'll see introduction of PF. This is a part 2. So let's move into the next slide and see what are the objects and focus areas are in part 2. So our objects and focus area are eligibility criteria for employer, eligibility criteria for employee and present rate of contribution. So let's see first eligibility criteria for employer. Let's move into the next slide. Eligibility criteria for employer. Employer required to register in EPFO have minimum employee of 20 or more. Okay. A part of this, employer can register in a EPFO if they have a less than 20 people in the organization. When their employees want to register in EPFO, they can register in the EPFO even there are less than 20 people in the organization. But if in organization is 20 or more than 20 employees is there, so it must be registered in PF. Next, eligibility criteria for employee. Eligibility criteria for employee. There's two eligibility criteria. First, employer organization must be registered in EPFO. Second, employee receive PF wages is more than 15,000 or is less than 15,000 or equal to 15,000. PF wages is what? PF wages is what? It is basic wages to DRN's allowance. Basic wages plus DRN's allowance is a PF wages. If someone has more than 15,000 of PF wages, so it is up to the employee. They can want to register in PF or not. There's up to the employee. But if someone has received 15,000 PF wages or less than 15,000, it is mandatory to register in PF. Present rate of contribution. Present rate of contribution. So for employee, it is 12% and 10%. In EPS, EDLI, a PF admin or EDLI admin, employee no need to be contribute. And this employee contribution 12% or 10%, it's shown in account 1. Employer contribution in PF, it is difference of EE, share and pension contribution. Means difference between EPF and employee EPF, employee contribution minus EPS contribution of employer is equals to employer contribution in EPF. For example, if employee contribution in EPF is 2,000, employer contribution in EPS is 1,000, then employer contribution in EPF is equals to 2,000 minus 1,000 is equals to 1,000 rupees is the contribution in EPF. As you understand that if PF contribution is 2,000, then employer contribution in EPS 1000 employer EPF 1000 minus 2000 minus 1000 is a EPF contribution. So if employee contribution is 12% or 10%, it will be minus of the EPS of 8.33% less whatever difference amount is remain, it will be contributed by employer in EPF. EDLI charges is for employer is 0.5% and for EPF administration charge is 0.50% and EDLI admin 0.50%. But there is a note, if monthly payable amount of under EPF administration charge minimum 500 in monthly payable amount. Okay, minimum EPF means PF admin charge will be 500 minimum employer need to be paid. If and one more thing, if some month there's a some another in the month there's no contribution member in establishment in organization, then minimum administration charge will be 75 rupees. So let's move into the next slide and see who is eligible for 10% contribution in EPF. For 10% contribution, any establishment in which less than employee 20, if any establishment which employs less than 20 employees, their employer can contribute in EPF. Contribution charge will be 10% or 12%, their choice. They can opt into 10% also. Any sick industrial company, then it will be a 10%. Any establishment which has any financial year due to any loss, they can, or any jute breeding break, this person are eligible to applicable 10% rate in contribution in PF. Thank you everyone. I hope you have understand the introduction of PF. You have any question regarding that, you can reach us info@skillanything.com or contact us with this number. Thank you.